Jim?
Yep. Jeremiah Show, 2 o'clock.
Yep.
You join me in the flag salute, please. Go ahead and lead it off, Clifton.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. All right. Next item on the agenda is Noble Health Update, and Clifton, you have the floor.
Thanks, I guess. So with the news of Noble Health, I guess, and what they've got going on in Missouri, I guess rightfully so, we need to make a statement, which is what we're doing today, I guess, is why we're here. And so it's not going to be very long, so probably waste a lot of you guys' time that came here. But the fact of the matter is we paid for a study. And we fully expect to get that study, the feasibility study. It is in existence. I have seen parts of it. And Noble Health will be here Tuesday of next week. So, so I think it's I mean, I don't know that I want to go into all the nonsense on Facebook. I will a little bit, I guess. But I've heard that they stole $1 million from us. They did this. They're scammers. They've scammed people for 5 years. It's all nonsense. I guess if I was a person that liked to be on Facebook, I would be careful what I said. If I was Noble Health, I'd be suing some people personally, because you don't know what you're talking about. But that's not my place. Noble Health can do what they want, as they can do in Missouri. Again, I don't care what they do in Missouri. We as a commission, I don't know what Jim and Lynn feels, but what happens in Missouri is in Missouri. It doesn't affect us at all. We paid for a study, the $1 million, and that's what we'll get, is a study. That's 600 to 800 pages long, as far as I know. It's basically 99% done. And they'll be here Tuesday to deliver a little bit of it. Jim, go ahead. Are you going to say something? Guess not.
Well, from my understanding, we need to make sure the public understands that the funding we got from the federal government for health care improvements only, and that money for the information we're receiving did not go to Noble. It went to the folks doing the study. So
yeah,
they're concerned. There's people think Noble took this money, and that's not the case.
True.
So
yeah, they outsourced, that health trust out of Boston, Polsinelli law firm out of Kansas City, like 2 or 3 law firms, I think. Multiple people. There's been multiple people walk through that building. I guess if they sure. Anyway, yeah. The money was spent on. They didn't take the money. The money was spent on the people doing this survey, studies and the surveys and different things like that.
right.
I've heard that they took the money and used it in Mexico, Missouri. Hospitals aren't cheap to operate. There's a regional hospital, a big regional hospital here in our area that costs $1 million per day just to keep the doors open. There's another one in our area that's around $250,000 per day. Those are true numbers. Those are factual numbers. Believe it or not, we do our homework. I know y'all think we don't. But I've been on the phone with Noble Health every day before this was in the public. Not this last thing. I mean, I was on the phone that day, but we knew that they were they're having trouble with their payments and different things. The closing, you know, as soon as that came out, I spoke to them yesterday. It doesn't change the fact that they still owe us a study in this county.
Right.
It doesn't change the fact that they are going to deliver that study in the coming weeks. What they do in Missouri, I feel sorry for those people. You know, I hope they can reorganize. Instead of being negative and calling Noble Health all kinds of names when you don't even know them, I think maybe I would pray for those communities that they get reorganized and that Noble Health can pull through. People, you don't know Noble Health. You don't know them, but you're willing to sit there on Facebook and say they're scammers and they're this and that. You should be ashamed of yourself. Sorry, I've been really sick.
Let me know, Clifton, when I jump in there.
Go ahead. I'll say something I'll regret if I don't shut up.
Okay. Well, all these folks need to understand this feasibility study. We can take it to any health organization. If something happens, Noble Health does not open a hospital. It's the groundwork for moving forward with any facility. But one more thing is very important to all these people on Facebook needs to understand we have not spent one penny of Bourbon County taxpayer dollars. This has all been federal money that we had to spend on health care or send it back. So that's all I have.
The other thing, I've spoken to both entities that are in our community today, both healthcare entities. You all know who they are, or at least I hope you do. They're not going anywhere. They're both here. We, as a county, still own the building. We haven't transferred the building. I heard that's out there. We never transferred the building. We didn't transfer Noble Health any more money. Actually, Noble Health was given the opportunity 2 weeks ago, or 3, I'd have to ask Justin the exact date. But within the last month, we were going to transfer the building. Noble Health is the one that said no. We potentially have some issues. We're not going to take that building right now or the money from you. They're the ones that backed out, people, and yet they're scammers. Again, y'all should be ashamed of yourselves. Not you guys, sorry. 'Cause I don't think any of you put stuff out there that I know of anyway. But I just think, you know, we have a tendency to jump to conclusions before we know the whole truth. And it's unfortunate. But to make a long story short, we paid for a feasibility study. I fully expect to get that feasibility study, and that's the bottom line. I'm done.
Okay. Well, and I'd also like to add, to my knowledge, Noble is the first company in 4 years that's shown any interest in Bourbon County or as a hospital.
And we asked them to come do this, by the way. They did not approach us.
Yeah. So, okay. Well, I can't see who's in the audience, or is there questions out there, or?
Doesn't look like it.
Looks like it's on the agenda. We're not.
It's not a public comment. Wasn't on the agenda, Jim.
Okay, all right.
Tuesday.
Well,
hey,
are we done?
So Tuesday will be a normal meeting with Noble Health. We'll be here to present some parts of the feasibility study. So I make a motion to adjourn.
Second. Come on, Jim.
All in favor?
There you
Aye.
go.
Aye.
Aye.
All right, meeting adjourned.